Let's cook shredded beef taquitos. To make this shredded beef, we're gonna make it kind of like a Mexican pot roast. So have all of your veggies chopped and ready to go into a slow cooker that you can leave on high all day. You're also gonna need a can of el pato, this yellow one, a small can of tomato sauce, and some chicken broth. It could be fresh, homemade, or store-bought, and your crock pot. So early in the morning, get 1.5 to 3 pounds of chuck beef, and we are going to cut it up into some smaller chunks and season well with all these seasonings. I don't have the exact measurements, so feel it in your heart. Just season that meat well. And we're going to put everything into the crock pot, all the veggies, the meat. I added some garlic cloves, add the tomato sauce, the el pato sauce, and then use as much broth as you need to fill up your crock pot or slow cooker. So that's why I don't have exact measurements on that, because it depends on the size of your crock pot. Just want to cover the meat so that it can cook in that. Now cover, set on high, and leave it all day. Once you come home from work, use your fork and check to see if it's tender. It should fall apart very easily. I know a lot of people, to make shredded beef, they just boil it in water with onion and salt, but this to me just gives it an extra amount of flavor. Pull out your beef and let it cool so that you can later shred it. And this sauce, all the juices, all the veggies, they're too good to waste. So we're gonna blend it really well to make it as a little dipping sauce, and also to coat some of the shredded beef, because we don't want it to be super dry, which can happen. So we just use a little to kind of rehydrate that meat, give it a little moisture, a little love there before we roll them up into the taquitos. And if you have extra sauce, we always freeze it. We don't waste any of the food that we make. We freeze it if we don't eat it all. So get your corn tortillas, which I've softened by putting in the microwave for a little bit. And I'm only going to show a little bit, but this made a really big batch. So get your shredded beef, add some cheese. I'm using some Mexican 3 cheese mix, but you can use any that you like. Roll them up, and as many as you would like to make, or as many as you can make. Or you could always save some of the beef and put it in a freezer bag and save it for another time, for another meal. And then you're going to get in a hot pan with some oil, and we are going to fry them up. Pan sear them, actually, I guess, until they're nice and golden brown. So just make sure you're checking on them and turning them as they go. Some people use toothpicks to hold them together. I've never done that. I just roll them small and tight enough, and I start frying them by putting that seam side down so that it remains closed. And once they're done, they're nice and golden brown on all sides. They're delicious to eat just by themselves. Here goes some of the sauce from all of the broth that we had and all the veggies. You use that to dip it in, or you can cover it and top it with lettuce, tomato, diced onions, cilantro, salsa, however you like to eat your taquitos. Sometimes this is just for a snack, so we're having them this way with just dipping. So hopefully you can try this out and enjoy. Let us know how it comes out for you.